change of pace, stretching the back line, working the diagonal spaces, and then you want to see Brahim Diaz and Arda Güler working the underneath spaces. Arda Güler was such an impressive European Championship with Turkey, and how good he was in those moments in which he was able to tuck inside from the right-hand side, taking shots on goal with his left foot.
Armando Villarreal is 38 years old, and he was busy 3 days ago in Houston in the Leagues Cup. He was in charge of Tigres in their 2-1 win over Puebla. 10 yellow cards and 1 red card. Hopefully those cards stay in the pocket this evening. Barcelona have come in from Orlando when they drew 2-2 with Manchester City, winning on penalties on Tuesday. 7 changes, so the only 4 that keep their spot: Marc Bernal and Marc Casado. In defensive midfield, Pablo Torre, who was very impressive, as was Pau Victor. The big names are back, and they're hoping that they can get one over the rivals, Ali.
It's going to be interesting to see the relationship between Lewandowski and Pau Victor. Pau Victor plays centrally against Manchester City. Lewandowski will take that position. Where does Pau Victor go? Does he go on the right-hand side and tuck inside to combine with Lewandowski, or is he just looking to stretch the back line, that right-hand side?
It's the 9th meeting between these two sides in just 18 months since the start of last year. But for football fans, you just can't get enough of El Clasico. It's Ancelotti against Flick. It's Los Blancos against the Blaugrana. And we're delighted, wherever you are across the world, that you've made us part of your Saturday evening, your Saturday afternoon, or maybe even the early hours of your Sunday morning. Thibaut Courtois against Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the number 1 and the number 1 at either end. Depending on which website you look at and who you believe, unofficially, it's the 300th meeting between these two great rivals, 257 competitively, and this, the 43rd friendly or exhibition match, awaits the whistle of referee Armando Villarreal. It's hot, it's humid, and the smoke from the fireworks and the pyrotechnics might take a little bit of time to dissipate. But we can see that Real Madrid and Barcelona underway. And a fixture that both sides, regardless of the fact it's a friendly, want to win. Here's Andreas Christensen. Real Madrid have won the recent competitive games. Barca won the recent friendlies. Alex Balde. So it's Inigo Martinez, who's not registered yet by Barca for La Liga, alongside Christensen at the back. Long ball over the top, looking for Unai Hernandez, and behind for a goal kick.
You want to go ahead and explain as to why Inigo Martinez is not registered just yet?
Both him and Vitor Roque are not registered yet. There needs to be some wheeling and dealing to be done. Not the best bit of play from Real Madrid. Courtois' kick out ends up back with Alex Balde, and Unai Hernandez is ushered out by Eder Militao, back at the heart of the defense alongside Antonio Rudiger. There's a lot of movement behind the scenes for Barca as far as squad numbers is concerned. You have to wait and see how severe the injury to Ronald Araujo is. That might mean they don't register him for the first part of the season, and that could free up a spot. Clement Lenglet has been linked with Villarreal, so there's a lot going on.
In honor of the ongoing Olympic Games, yes, this is Barcelona's version of mathematical gymnastics. But that has been the reality of this club for a few years now.
Yep.
And it's an overarching, ongoing reality that limits and conditions their decision-making when it comes to player personnel.
This is Marc Bernal playing alongside the other Marc Casado in midfield, both touching the football. Out wide, Pau Victor and Unai Hernandez. Pau Victor played through the middle for Barca on Tuesday. This is Inigo Martinez. Alex Balde. Unable to find Unai.
And already you saw Hendrik trying to get in behind as that ball was played out to Lucas Vázquez, trying to test Íñigo Martínez over distance. Lucas Vázquez decided to keep possession.
Through ball for Hendrik. Vital touch from Alex Valle. Normally a left back, playing on the right side today. High line from Real Madrid. Pablo Torre. Good strength. He's a hard man to dispossess, is Robert Lewandowski. Unai. Alex Balde. Great to see him back after the injury problems of last season. Injured his hamstring against Athletic Club in January. He missed the rest of the season. Christensen. Unai challenged well by Eder Militao.
That's a good step initially from Militao. Brahim Diaz thinking he's going on the counter. Realizes he's down in numbers. Gonna have to hang on to the ball. Marvin now does him a favor by fouling him.
Lucas Vázquez, who loves to get forward against Alejandro Balde. Not the best ball back to Güler, but it falls for Mario Martin. Modric. Lucas Vázquez. Hendrik with a flick. Good block. And that's a free kick. Barca wouldn't have minded the advantage, but it'll be a free kick to them at the edge of their 18-yard.
It's a little detail. It's something that Hendrik is going to have to work on, but he's so heavily left-footed that at times he sort of forces that ball to come all the way across his body, and in doing that, it allows Íñigo Martínez to come across and actually make the challenge. If he actually attacks the ball with his right foot, potentially he has a shot on target.
Barca ball. The Madrid chance starts, and the Barca fans try and drown them out. Obviously at the Bernabeu, it's 99% home fans. At Camp Nou or Montjuic, it's the same for Barca. This is different. Through ball nearly there from Pablo Torre for Lewandowski.
Really like the initial combination between Bernal and Pablo Torre, and Lewandowski running off of the shoulder of Eder Militao. Militao ends up making a nice sliding challenge, cutting out the danger.
Casado for Christensen. Alex Valle. Pablo Torre. This is good from Barca. Lewandowski. Second bite of the cherry. Alex Valle earns the first corner for Barca.
Good intensity from Barcelona, with initial pressing, winning possession of the ball back, and then being able to find little spaces in front of the back line of Real Madrid, forcing center backs to come out of position, and from there overlapping runs on the outside. Good work from Barcelona.
Near post flick is well saved by Thibaut Courtois to deny Pau Victor. It was a good corner. And the foul on Fran Garcia.
Unnecessary foul for Íñigo Martínez. Fran Garcia is going nowhere. He is looking for the foul, and the impressive Pau Victor once again gets ahead of his defender. It's a good header, but what a save it is from Thibaut Courtois. He started to come out, decided to stay back. Good decision in the end, full stretch, good save. Good signals from Barcelona, certainly in the early part of this game.
could turn out to be the best 2.5 million that Barcelona has spent in years to make the loan move for Pau Victor permanent from Girona. He was on loan to Barca B last season, and he was their top scorer for Barca Athletic with 18 goals in 35 games. They have high hopes for Pau Victor, the 22-year-old. And the interesting thing about him is he turns 23 this year, so he's either got to be one of the first team squad, 25 spots available, or he's got to go out on loan, can't continue to play for the backup team.
I can tell you this much. I've only seen him play in the match against Manchester City, which we commentated on, and then the next few minutes that we have seen in the early part of this match. But going back to the match against Manchester City, player of the match.
Yep.
And not even close. His level of activity in the front line, the speed, his willingness to run in behind, his willingness to challenge that back line and challenge those spaces, I think gives Barcelona something different in the attack.
Yeah, and he played as the number 9 role.
And seeing him in a wider position, I'm not sure that that's what he would do best or the position that he would prefer. But when Lewandowski's there, then Pau Victor's got to find other places on the field. And I'm pretty sure this is what Hansi Flick is trying to see. Okay, he did well through the middle against Manchester City. Let's see if he plays that wide. What can he give us?
There's still the chat about Dani Olmo, and maybe he will, he won't. These players just doing what they have to do, and it's Real Madrid in opposition today, and this is Inigo Martinez. Hendrick just preserving the energy, when to press and when not to. Alex Valle back on his favoured left foot. Baldo. Real Madrid content to allow Barcelona possession in these type of areas. Casado for Valle. 10 gone, it's goalless. And the 4th Clásico to be played in the United States. Bernal is challenged well by Hendrick, who sets Brahim Diaz off and running against Alex Valle. Needed a little look up, and if he'd seen Arda Güler, he had a different option. Spread wide by Ceballos. Lucas Vázquez on this near side is very advanced as Modric plays it through. Touch there was key from Casado. Fran Garcia taking on Alex Valle, who does well.
It's a tough role for Alex Valle as well. You just mentioned heavily left-footed player, usually a left back. Of course he's not going to play there because Alex Valle is taking that position. Forced to play on the right-hand side. Against Manchester City, he struggled against Jack Grealish. The angles weren't quite right. He didn't quite take advantage of the opportunities in front of him. It's an important night for him.
Looks like there will be a lightning delay. The players are being taken off the field. The local authorities and the match commander informing the officials to tell the referee, Armando Villarreal, there is lightning in the area. So for safety reasons, it's being explained to Carlo Ancelotti, they do not allow any play. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in this area. These conditions expected to last until 9 p.m. local, on and off. So we don't know right now the duration and how long play will be stopped for.
Get on that radar. Go on, Mark.
Okay.
All right. Give us something.
There's a lot of yellows and pinks.
Oh, that's not good.
That's never good on the radar. I think the referee is explaining that they may have to head back into the locker rooms. See if we can find out more information. The referee is Armando Villarreal, his 4th official in is Luis Diego Arroyo. Barca are certainly making their way back to their locker room across the field. When you played in Major League Soccer, when you played internationally, how frustrating was it when something like this happened?
Extremely frustrating. And let me just tell you, it remains extremely frustrating, even from the booth. And for these players, you get into a rhythm. You do the warm-up. You go back into the locker room. You put your jersey on now, here we go. Now the electricity of the stadium is taking over. No, you play now 12 minutes and you're really into the rhythm of the match. And it all comes to a screeching halt. So my assumption would be that some of these players that are going now back into the locker room may not actually come back out and play any longer. That is an assumption that I'm making, because some of these older guys probably were only going to play 45 minutes to begin with. I'm not sure that they want to go and put them through the process of warming up once again. So those guys will be frustrated as well, because they want to play.
And everybody's phone has just beeped at the same time with a public safety alert. MetLife Stadium from the New Jersey State Police. For your safety, please leave the outdoor seating bowl and field area and take shelter inside the facility due to severe weather. Please do not gather at entrances. Use the space on the ramps. Event staff are available to guide and assist you. It says 13 minutes and 16 seconds on our graphic on screen. The play was stopped after 12 minutes and 5 seconds. The rain is getting heavier. There is a lightning delay at MetLife. We shall return when it is safe for play to resume. So after a delay of just over an hour, the noise lets you know that the referee has said, we're good to go again. Mark Donaldson, Alejandro Moreno. El Clásico, part 2. It's goalless after the first 12 or so minutes. Ali, for those that have been channel hopping, for those that have been out and about, maybe didn't see the opening 12 minutes, did they miss anything?
There's some intensity initially from Barcelona. Good moments in terms of the possession of the ball in the attacking half, pressing higher up the field, forcing some turnovers. A couple of moments in which Endrick tried to get in behind for Real Madrid. But on the whole, if you want to take into consideration the first 11, 12 minutes of this match, I suppose that you can say Barcelona has been better than Real Madrid. Regardless, we'll just see how the weather and the field conditions impact the remaining of the game.
This was Alex Balde. That's certainly worth the chase, Lewandowski and Rudiger, but probably only going to be one winner there. It was certainly competitive before the stoppage for a weather delay. Now we've got a head knock here, so let's pick up the discussion that you and I were having before the players went off the field, and you quite rightly said, look, it would determine if the likes of Modric, Lewandowski and others were to continue. It was all down to how long we were off the field for. So an hour was probably fine. Having played the game at the highest level, Ali, we don't expect to see Lewandowski, Modric and the older ones playing for 90 minutes. An hour shouldn't be too much of an issue.
I'm actually surprised that some of these guys actually came back out and played. I felt like the longer it went, the least likely or the less likely was going to be to see guys like Modric or Lewandowski, just to mention a few. And we're only mentioning those because the veteran guys and the ones that you would assume would be more susceptible to injury. I think if people didn't actually see the video or saw evidence on TV, up until 2 or 3 minutes before this game kicked off again, there were people squeegeeing water off of the field on the sidelines. Certainly on the side here where Güler and Lucas Vázquez are going to be attacking.
A little bit sloppy there from Fran Garcia. Received the ball from Endrick and then took his eye off it. This is Inigo Martinez for Alex Balde.
So if you need to squeegee water off the field, it's less than ideal conditions. However, these people here in the stadium, they don't care. They want to watch some action. They want to see some action, and hopefully both of the teams are able to provide that.
Here's Brahim Diaz. Support from Fran Garcia to his left. Modric. Lucas Vázquez in acres of space. Sent, received. Lewandowski with a block. Eder Militao. Behind from Arda Güler. The other thing, I suppose, Ali, they've done their best to take the standing water off the field. You don't know what kind of ball or what kind of bounce the ball is going to get. Certainly the ball bouncing before Ter Stegen there was rather dull. Just got to be careful. Marc Bernal. That's a great ball by Alex Balde. Pablo Torre. Well defended, and had to be as well, by Mario Martin.
It was initially Mario Martin that lost Pablo Torre on that deep run out of the midfield. But good recovery from Mario Martin, understanding the 1v1 situation where Militao forces Pablo Torre to the inside. And Mario Martin, with the help, able to cut out the danger.
You and I were in Orlando on Tuesday, and there was a noticeable increase in the atmosphere after the weather delay, when the spectators had the opportunity to visit the concession stands, and the same has happened this evening. Super noise inside MetLife.
So are you saying that they had a couple servings of chicken fingers? Is that what you're suggesting?
Washed down with
all right.
soda.
Okay.
Eder Militao forward for Brahim Diaz. Once again, Fran Garcia providing an option wide left, making sure that Alex Valle, the right back for Barcelona, is occupied. Eder Militao. Arda Güler. Endrick. Well, the rain is getting heavier. Thankfully, there are No issues as far as electricity within the vicinity. It looks like that will hopefully be the way it continues, and we should be able to get through this, albeit those in attendance in the lower seating areas may get rather wet or wetter. Pablo Torre.
I like this kid too, Pablo Torre. He was good against Manchester City. Really good about finding spaces, really good about getting on the ball in the attacking half.
Alejandro Balde against Arda Güler. Given the number of white shirts at that end, this is kind of the Real Madrid end that Barcelona is attacking in this first half. A lot of Blaugrana jerseys away to the other end. Lewandowski. Good feet by Alex Balde. The referee looked. The referee elected to allow play to continue. Pablo Torre not fouled.
Well, the referee was wrong. I can tell you that much. Mario Martin was late to the challenge. Should have been a foul.
Well, one back. Lewandowski. Hit into Eder Militao. Close proximity. No handball, according to the official. So he's managed to upset both sets of fans in the space of 30 seconds, probably by getting both calls correct. But hey, we're football fans, we're fickle. They've resumed with a good intensity.
Lewandowski looking for a handball. Militao kind of gets that arm out there, but I suppose he's bringing it close to his body, close enough to where the referee says no handball.
Would not have been able to be checked anyway if VAR was in operation due to the area of the field outside the penalty area where the incident took place. Rudiger. Once again, Lucas Vazquez on this near side. In acres. Arda Güler. Good block. A little off the ball tussle there. Arda Güler.
Really good position that Arda Güler is able to find. Again, the same thing that we're seeing from Pablo Torre, we saw there from Arda Güler. Now in the attacking half for Real Madrid. Trailing play from Lucas Vazquez. He's late to the challenge, clearly a foul.
Second consecutive year that these two teams have been in the United States.
You think about the importance of these matches for some of the younger players, and you may say, well, is Pablo Torre really going to feature for Barcelona? Well, we don't know that. What I can tell you is that this time last year, when they played in Arlington, I was there in the stadium. Fermín López scored one heck of a goal against Real Madrid. And I don't know whether that was the reason as to why he kept a place in the team, but he made a difference.
Yeah.
And since then, his career has taken off.
2 goals in that game, a 3-0 win for Barcelona. Who've won possession back well. Now in the middle, an opportunity to switch it. Unai Hernandez. Pablo Torre. Casado for Bernal. Unai again. Alex Balde. The pitter-patter of the rain continuing on the pitch side microphones. It's a good spell of possession this from Barca, but well won back by Real Madrid. Arda Güler. Paul Victor doing the chasing, not Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski that tries to close down Thibaut Courtois. Away by Eder Militao. Was there a little push there? The referee's not interested. No foul on Ceballos.
I like Barcelona's willingness to press higher up the field to get their lines to an area where now they can disrupt Real Madrid trying to build out of the back, and from that comes a turnover, and eventually Barcelona get the ball back.
This is Casado. Unable to find Bernal. Fran Garcia. Guess who's in space down the right-hand side? Not necessarily always wanting the ball, but making sure that Barca have got to keep tabs on him, Lucas Vazquez. Here's Modric. The diagonal is on. Instead, it's played through to Brahim Diaz. The reason that Lucas Vazquez is in acres of space is because Alex Balde's tucked in, and he's now asking Unai for help to deal with both Arda Turan, who's offside here. Arda Güler will not get the opening goal. The flag was up pretty quickly.
Well, the fireworks are going up, but got to bring them back. We got to bring them back.
It remains goalless as Alex Balde tries to spread it through to Robert Lewandowski.
To the point that you were making in terms of the position and the decision that Alex Balde has to make when Güler steps to the inside and gets in between the inside shoulder of Alex Balde and the outside shoulder of Íñigo Martínez, forces Alex Balde to tuck inside, which then opens up the space for Lucas Vázquez and forces then Unai Hernández to get in a position where he can defend.
This time Arda Güler wide on the right-hand side in front of Lucas Vázquez. Martín. Next time there's a stoppage in play, we'll take a look back at Arda Güler's effort. It was very close. The flag did go up on the near side by Kyle Atkins. Brahim Diaz. Any dipping shot to bounce in front of a goalkeeper in these conditions is not a bad thing. Okay.
It's a position by Arda Güler again on the inside shoulder of Alejandro Balde and the outside shoulder of Íñigo Martínez. He's just, and I mean just, leaning in an offside position. But that positioning of Arda Güler forces Íñigo Martínez to figure out, okay, do I stay with Güler? Do I pay attention to the central striker, in this case, Endrick? Do I get sucked out of position? Alex Balde is thinking exactly the same thing, and that lack of decision-making defensive from Barcelona allows Güler to get in between them too, and eventually find himself in a position where perhaps he scores a goal.
Barca foul this time, following the challenge by Antonio Rudiger. We're going to monitor Marc-Andre ter Stegen and his finger. He just felt it a little bit, making the save. I think he'll be fine. Here's Íñigo Martínez. Alejandro Balde. One or two players finding the underfoot conditions not the easiest to deal with, and ball control as a result being affected. Bernal. Paul Victor has continued his run. He's still an option. Alejandro Balde's down the left and is found. Decent hit. That was close.
Did I tell you I like this guy, Paul Victor? He's got one thing in mind once his ball floats to the back post. It's good combination play from Barcelona. Couple of passes in the middle, spread the ball out wide to Alex Balde. Once Balde crosses the ball in, Paul Victor takes a good first touch to the inside, tries to bend it to the outside. Beautifully taken, just wide, unfortunate for Victor. And Barcelona.
Yeah, Real Madrid not hanging around, getting it all the way forward pretty quickly. Barca have possession back as we approach the half-hour mark. It remains goalless. And Güler did have the ball in the back of the net. It was ruled offside.
Real Madrid are having an issue defensively through the midfield. As Luka Modric drops in between Dani Ceballos and Mario Martin. They get stretched, they get out of position. The movement away from the ball from Pablo Torre has been excellent. Mario Bernal has been very good with his decision making in terms of 1 and 2 touches, and eventually they find spaces.
Casado with the delivery. Lucas Vázquez with the touch. Alejandro Balde. Unai. In by Pablo Torre. Out comes Thibaut Courtois. Lively. The rain's getting heavier. But despite that, the tempo of this game is decent. It was stopped after 12 minutes. About an hour and 5-minute delay for weather, lightning in the area, but we're back underway. It might be wet, but it's safe with no electricity in the vicinity. Here's Arda Güler. Carlo Ancelotti was interesting at the press conference prior to this game, talking about Arda Güler being able to play in a more withdrawn role. Nice option to have. Luka Modric. Dani Ceballos. This time it's Los Blancos and their turn to play keep ball. Endrick. Marc Bernal saying, what else could I do? But it's a free kick. It's pretty clear.
It's Íñigo Martínez that gets himself out of position. Endrick puts the ball in between the legs of Íñigo Martínez. Thanks for coming, and I'm gone. And Íñigo Martínez said, no, you're not going anywhere because I know I'm not going to catch you, so therefore you're going down right now.
Arda Güler, Luka Modric. Youth or experience? Left foot or right foot? Okay. In by Modric, looking for Rudiger. Arda Güler, good block by Alex Balde. Endrick couldn't get space. Modric. Ball's flat. The ball is burst. We've had everything.
What else?
What next?
What else could we have happen? It was interesting in the exchange there between Arda Güler and Luka Modric. Arda Güler telling Modric what to do. And I imagine that for Modric, it's like, all right, kid, listen, relax, bro. I got this.
Good feet. Here's Lucas Vázquez. Back to Arda Güler. Little dink. Christensen underneath it. Balde with a touch. It wasn't great. Arda Güler. Great feet by Brahim Diaz. Right across by Fran Garcia. And Real Madrid get their first corner of the game.
And it's really the first period of time that we have seen Real Madrid with extended possession of the ball, completing passes in the attacking half, allowing the overlapping runs on the outside, not just from Lucas Vázquez, but in this case from Fran Garcia. Good work from Real Madrid, good defender from Íñigo Martínez.
Brahim Diaz wants it played quickly and short, and it is. Now the angle has changed for Luka Modric. Too much on it, and behind for a goal kick. Just over half an hour gone. What have we seen so far, both before and after the weather delay, Ali?
The early part was all Barcelona all the time, and now as Real Madrid sort of settle the possession of the ball, the pace of the game, the rhythm of the game, then you start seeing Luka Modric get more involved, Güler more involved, which then allows Real Madrid to get higher up the field themselves, and that's why we're seeing a higher pressure on the ball.
Balde. Unai wanted it played through early. It's still an option for Unai. Great tackle had to be as well. Lewandowski's layoff. Might be part of a give and go. He's trying to get space between Real Madrid defenders. It's a good initial direct ball by Pau Victor, but Real Madrid have the free kick. Well, just what you need if you're in Madrid or Barcelona or anywhere in Spain watching this one. And there's an hour and 5-minute weather delay, but no doubt there'll be plenty staying up. 2:51 a.m. in Spain right now to watch El Clásico. Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's goalless. Very condensed right now in that middle area. It's a good switch from Rudiger. For Arda Güler, support from Lucas Vázquez to his right. Modric. Certainly thought about it. Fran Garcia. Alex Valle back. Trying to get the better of his opponent. He's actually done well. He's normally a left back. He's playing in the right back area instead of Hector Fort. He's been lively, Brahim Diaz.
He really closed out the season well last year in La Liga. And some of his goals, think back not just in La Liga play, but in Champions League play as well. The goal against Leipzig and how important that was for Real Madrid to advance.
Pablo Torre for Marc Casado. Unai. Nicely done. The stewards, the camera operators doing their best to stay as dry as possible. It's not easy. Here's Brahim Diaz. It's quite the run from Fran Garcia, but there's no one in support, and Brahim Diaz made contact. Arda. Lucas Vázquez. Good tackle. Kronika.
It's good cover from Mario Bernal, but the combination between Güler and Lucas Vázquez on the outside, the right-hand side for Real Madrid is working really well. Whenever Güler goes on the inside, Lucas Vázquez overlaps on the outside. Whenever Lucas Vázquez goes on the inside, now Arda Güler is the one taking the outside position.
Big boys are up from the back. Eder Militao, Antonio Rudiger. Deliveries into a good area and well defended by Marc Bernal. Stumped clear by Pau Victor, but the ball had already gone out. 10 minutes to go until half-time. Truncated first half. East Rutherford, New Jersey. Play stopped after 12 minutes. Lightning in the area. Fans in seats had to leave them and seek shelter. There were some proper naughty clouds that came in. A delay of about an hour and 5 minutes, and we're back underway. Ceballos. Luka Modric. Once again, Alex Baldis tucked in. Once again, Lucas Vázquez is in space. This time it's played early. I think that might have been offside had play have continued, but the assistant quite rightly not raising his flag, because the ball did not reach the vicinity of its intended target. Had it have done so, I'm pretty sure that Kyle Atkins would have raised his flag like he did to deny Arda Güler, who had the ball in the back of the net, but it was chalked off. The best clearance in the world by Íñigo Martínez. Ceballos. Eder Militao. Back deep is Mario Martín.
The constant interchange of position and rotation of position between Güler Endrick, Lucas Vázquez, sometimes on the right-hand side, sometimes on the left-hand side, Brahim Diaz as well. It's creating all sorts of issues for Barcelona as to who steps to what ball, where do we go, how do we communicate. All of that needs to be worked out. Right now, Real Madrid looking dangerous on this right-hand side.
I bring you some news, Mr. Moreno. Would you like it?
Sure, why not? Good news.
Halftime interval is only 5 minutes.
Huh?
Because we've already been off for an hour. They've come back on and played just over half an hour, so they're going to keep the halftime interval at 5 minutes.
Well, that's a first for me.
That's what we're hearing. Here's Luka Modric. Good ball. Endrick. Very little backlift and a lot of power. Just missing the precision. Good move, Real Madrid.
And I've been telling you, Mark, the outside shoulder of Íñigo Martínez, inside shoulder of Alejandro Valde continues to be open, because Íñigo Martínez gets sucked out of position by the movement away from the ball by Arda Güler, which then forces Alejandro Valde to eventually come to the inside, but he's too late for the turn of Endrick. If Endrick hits it on target, maybe it's 1-0 Real Madrid.
What we've seen a lot so far in this game is Endrick's position is very interesting. He's not playing as the main number 9. He's playing withdrawn a lot of the time, and they're really struggling, the Barca's two centre-backs.
Well, he is playing as a number 9, but what's happening around him, then that rotation and that movement in and out from both Brahim Diaz and Arda Güler, then that's conditioning the decision-making for the center-backs and certainly the outside backs as well.
Challenge on Lewandowski is deemed illegal by Armando Villarreal.
So it's good recognition as when Endrick comes and shows for the ball short that Arda Güler goes and takes that position, or Brahim Diaz goes and takes that position. And then now it's the responsibility of the tracking defenders, or tracking midfielders, to be able to stay with the runs of Güler, with the runs of Brahim Diaz. That's not happening defensively for Barcelona.
I thought it was interesting in Chicago on Wednesday. The halftime whistle went, and the first thing Carlo Ancelotti did, he went straight to Endrick, and they had a chat for at least 60 seconds. An arm round the shoulder from the coach, from the mentor. And a few challenges like this.
Yeah, it's a little love tap, it's a little something. See how you're doing, how's it going, how's the family, stay healthy, good luck the rest of the season. A little love tap, Mark, nothing else.
He's not frightened to put it around Mario Martin. And he's going to be spoken to here.
Oh. Come on, Armando Villarreal, let's get this game going, buddy.
Yeah, we don't want 10 yellows and a red card that he gave out 3 days ago in the League's Cup between Tigres and Puebla in Houston. Just let it go. Íñigo Martínez. Alex Balde off to the races down this left-hand side. Beyond Eder Militao, but Rudiger to the rescue.
This is, and obviously, again, with full disclosure, it's only the second game of preseason for both of these teams. But if you're Robert Lewandowski and you know that you have Pau Victor with you inside the 18-yard box, one of you has to get across that near post. You have two strikers attacking the box. One of them has to get across that near post. And if indeed they were able to do that in the last sequence, perhaps you get a shot on target.
Christensen for Bernal. Move it a little bit quicker. Casado wide. Alex Valle on his favoured left. Great delivery, Lewandowski! Must be! Is! Barca lead! Deadlock broken in El Clasico! And the youngster has done it again! Pau Victor!
We just talked about having two strikers inside the 18-yard box, and one of them has to flash across the near post. The other one flows to the back post. Lewandowski's trying to finish it himself, but the fact that Pau Victor has made the initial movement to get into that space, he gets himself a tap-in from my kind of range. The combination play is great. Alex Valle, who's naturally left-footed, cuts to that left foot. Not very good defending on the outside from Real Madrid. Not very good defending at the back post from Real Madrid. But you have to highlight the movement away from the ball by Barcelona. The cross by Alex Valle. Lewandowski's trying to finish it. It ends up being the perfect assist. And Pau Victor continues to have an impact for this team early on in this preseason.
The conversation we had earlier, you were speaking about Fermin. 2 goals in the game against Real Madrid really came to prominence 12 months ago in that friendly in Arlington. Pau Victor, first goal against Man City, first goal tonight. There's his 2 goals. Barca lead. Balde. Great feat by Pablo Torre. Barca corner.
Really, when we were seeing the best of Real Madrid in this first half, Barcelona string a couple of passes together to get the ball out wide. Cross comes in, 2 strikers inside the 18-yard box. Barcelona up 1-0.
The briefest of conversations between the Real Madrid goalkeeper and the Barca forward. It's got a lot on it from Pablo Torre, far too much. Another look at this, Ali.
Bernal does well in finding that splitting pass. Cazador does well in a simple ball to the outside, and then the movement inside the box. Near post, far post, and because kids out there, please, young kids out there, because Pau Victor is willing to continue his run, he now has a tap-in. This was supposed to be a finish by Lewandowski. Miss-hit by Lewandowski, but Pau Victor continues to his run inside the 18-yard box. Guess what? 3 yards out, tap-in, my kind of range, 1-0.
Unai. Little push by Martin. Unai not happy, understandably so. It's a great experience for this referee and the officiating team as well to take charge of a Clásico.
Good change of pace from Unai Hernandez. Splits defenders. Luka Modric can't quite keep up. Mario Martinez late. Has the wrong angle, takes him down, clearly a foul.
So a shortened halftime break coming up. Here's Balde. Been a good spell the last 5 minutes or so for Barca. Most of this game in that time has been played in the Real Madrid half. There is the halftime whistle from referee Armando Villarreal. And Barcelona leads. It was Valle on his favoured left foot, playing at right back with the cross. Lewandowski put it on a plate. Deliberately or not for Pau Victor, and Barca lead at the half.
Time I've ever been a part of a game that it's on 5-minute halftime, I'll take it. And I think these fans will take it as well, but some of them probably didn't get the memo because they went off for halftime drinks, halftime bathroom break, and hey, by the way, we're playing again, people, let's go.
So 3 changes for Barcelona. Gerard Martin on for Alex Balde. Andreas Christensen replaced by Sergi Dominguez. And Unai Hernandez being replaced by Kim Jun-yent. A 5-minute halftime 65-minute stoppage for weather. A burst ball, fireworks going off now, which is interesting.
Yeah, there were fireworks going off on the Arda Güler goal as well. That was not a goal. That's
Difference is these fireworks are from the rooftop.
okay.
The fireworks for the Arda Güler goal were pitch side, and it took about 60 seconds for the smoke to dissipate. Whatever next, the second half is underway. Mark Donaldson, Alejandro Moreno, whatever you're watching, you're very welcome. It's been unique. No changes for Real Madrid at the half. There will be many. Carlo looks like he's been swimming with the ducks. Everybody does down there. Arda Güler. Eder Militao. Another opportunity at the back for Sergi Dominguez, who were watching the game on Tuesday in Orlando against Manchester City. It was Sergi Dominguez at the back with Clement Longley, who just in the last 24 hours been linked with a move to Villarreal. Well read by Alex Valle. Good ball, Brahim Diaz. He has some frustrated teammates.
And I understand why Arda Güler is frustrated. He's dropping to the top of the 18-yard box. But if I'm him, and I'm a striker in this case, because he's taking that sort of position, you got to attack the middle of the box. You got to get to an area in which there is a cross coming from the left-hand side. You can have yourself a tap in instead of just dropping off to the top of the 18-yard box, hoping for the perfect cutback.
Going to get beyond Gerard Martin. Easier said than done on that occasion.
To further that point, Arda Güler, who was positioned as a striker in that sequence, he made the run of an attacking midfielder instead of the run that you usually associate with an out-and-out striker.
Brahim Diaz is penalized. So Real Madrid from Wednesday in Chicago are now without Cesar Palacios and Alvaro Rodriguez, both of them suffering injuries. Serious one for Cesar Palacios. For Barca, Oriol Romeu is gone. He's headed to Girona. There's Martin. The Real Madrid one. A little bit of confusion among some of the fans who are coming back to their seats with a look on their face as if to say, hold on, I thought half-time was 15 minutes. As they go to get their food and drink.
And to that point, Mark, I may have dated myself because I said that the fans didn't get the memo. Do we do memos still? Is that a thing?
we send telegrams. Nice from Arda Güler. Chased by Marc Bernal.
Are faxes still a thing?
Yes. Rudiger. Fran Garcia.
He's so smooth with the ball in his feet. The problem is that he has competition in front of him. And you can argue that Brahim Diaz found himself a very comfortable and productive niche in this team towards the end of last season. And then you have Rodrigo, and then you have Vini, and I haven't even mentioned Mbappe. And so where are the minutes going to come from for Arda Güler? But certainly the talent is there. Nobody better than Carlo Ancelotti to figure out how to use Arda Güler.
Taken down well by Alex Valle. Not the best tackle by Fran Garcia. Pablo Torre's shot blocked.
See, you're a glass half full sort of guy, Mark.
Yes.
Yes. Positive attitude. This is a poor tackle from Fran Garcia. Soft tackle from Fran Garcia. And it's an area that Real Madrid has to improve upon. That left back position. Man, oh man, oh man. Fran Garcia has been inconsistent. Let's just say that. Ferland Mendy usually injured. And so then you're depending on what? Camavinga playing that role for you? They want an answer in that left back position. I'm not sure that they found it. Well, in fact, I can tell you, they haven't found it in Fran Garcia.
The Madrid fans cheering the name of Vinicius Junior, hoping to see him from the bench. Barca looking to double their advantage. The dummy was decent. The hit was good from Pau Victor, and the save was excellent. But it's Pau Victor again.
The position is really good, supporting as a second striker, finding the spaces top of the 18-yard box. Pablo Torre does well in the initial build-up. Kim, aggressive with the way that he approaches the play in the attacking half. It's good work from Pau Victor. Thibaut Courtois coming up with a save.
Barcelona have had the better chances this evening. They've got the third corner. Thibaut Courtois has had to be excellent. Stoppage in play by referee Armando Villarreal. Well, they always watch, don't they? They always say they're watching. Two go down, a third goes down. Back in. Stood up well, Casado. And it's a fourth corner for Barca.
I wonder between Mauro Bernal and Sergio Dominguez whether they get in each other's way. One of them was going to attack the ball. In the end, ends up being Dani Ceballos, who cuts out the danger.
Same again from the referee. I'm watching. Deep one this time. No one on Pau Victor at the back post. You would think Real Madrid have learned their lesson. Goal kick.
I just don't think he realizes how much time he has. Plenty of time to bring the ball down, but he's one of those situations in which he finds himself so wide open that he can't quite believe it. Certainly somebody must be around me. We are inside the 18-yard box. It is a corner kick. Somebody has to pressure me. He had nobody around him. Should have taken a touch. It's
been the start of the show, Pau Victor, so far. This is Lewandowski. Space for Valle and found. Outside of the left, Bird, and it is two! It's Valle again with the delivery, and once again, it's Pau Victor with a finish! The kids are all right as Barca double that advantage!
You just have to know who you're playing against. If you're Fran Garcia, you've seen Alex Valle. He likes to take that ball with his left foot. If you're Fran Garcia, you have to get out and understand that he's going to take this cross with his left foot. It's what he's been doing all night long. In this case, with the outside of his left foot, beautifully done from Alex Valle and Pau Victor. Didn't I just tell you, this is a center forward sort of run, attacking the middle of the goal, the middle of the box, getting in between defenders, knowing that the ball is going to be put into a dangerous area, making that run into that dangerous area, sliding finish, not the cleanest contact, but it doesn't matter because it's clean enough to get past Thibaut Courtois, gets him with the changeup. 2-0 Barcelona. Pau Victor, outstanding.
I'm going to make a prediction here. Pau Victor is 23 later this year. So Barca cannot put him back down to Barca Athletic where he got 18 goals last season. They've signed him permanently. So they either put him in their first team squad or they send him out on loan. I have an idea it might not be the latter.
Am I making the decision? Because if I am, I've already made it.
It's made.
he's shown me enough. And it's not just the goals. It's the movement, it's the work rate, it's the recognition of space, awareness in the attacking half. He gives this team something different in the attack. Another guy that is thinking just about goals in the case of Lewandowski.
Sloppy from Ter Stegen, down goes Hendrik. Referee not interested. Said the Brazilian went looking for it. That'll certainly be worth a look at the replay. To be honest, he's back on his feet and he's not complaining. But it was sloppy from Ter Stegen in the first place. What was your initial thought when he went down?
I may be biased. I may be biased, but that looked like a penalty to me. And the move of Hendrik is essentially stretching his leg out so that he can cover the ball, he can protect the ball, and is inviting the challenge from the trailing defender.
Vinny Jr.'s about to come on next time there's a stoppage in play. Here's Arda Güler. Real Madrid looking to half the deficit. Nowhere to go for Hendrik. This is Marc Bernal. Foul Barca. Along with Vinny Jr., they're going to bring on a young lad they have high hopes for. We'll tell you in a second. Here's another look at the challenge on Hendrik by Marc Bernal.
Marc Bernal is trying to get to the ball, doesn't get there. What Hendrik is trying to do is stretching his leg so he can put his body between the ball and Marc Bernal. Bernal makes contact with Hendrik. In my mind, I don't think there's any question. 100% a penalty.
On comes Vinny Jr. And on comes a 16-year-old who played really well when coming on as a sub on Wednesday against Milan in Chicago. Juan Martinez. Carlo Ancelotti, asked about him afterwards, says he has an important potential. He's very young, but he's got everything a central defender needs. He's attentive, good with the ball. Has to improve a lot of things, but he can have a future at Real Madrid. He's wearing 37. And he's just 16 years old. He's already been compared to Sergio Ramos.
All right, everybody calm down, please.
Just give him the Ballon d'Or now, shall we?
Goodness.
Nothing like putting pressure on the youngster. The driven ball from Marc Casado. Eder Militao was the player making way. And Vinny's down within 60 seconds of coming on. The challenge is penalized.
Now, admittedly, I'm biased in regards to giving call to attacking players. You are not biased, I suppose.
No.
There's objectivity. Did you think it was a penalty?
Yes.
Okay, well, there you go.
My loyalties are for Heart of Midlothian Football Club. Here's Vinicius Jr. up against Alex Valle, twisting, turning, and setting up Ceballos. He's made an impact straight away. Did you expect anything less from Vinny?
I think the evening just got a little bit more interesting for Alex Valle.
The left-footed right-back with 2 assists now has Vinny to contend with. Barca might be 2 goals up, but I think the Real Madrid fans right now chanting the loudest. Barca got another opportunity here on the counter. Pablo Torre, just too much on that one. Joaquim Junyent.
It's not a bad idea from Pablo Torre. The execution wasn't quite there, but everybody was paying attention to Lewandowski as he was working his way across, which then meant that Kim Junyent had all the space in the world on the left-hand side.
I'm surprised that Real Madrid are attacking Barca's right. What a season he had last year. Vinicius Jr. 15 goals in La Liga from just 22 starts. And of course, goals that helped win the Champions League against Liverpool a couple of years ago and Borussia Dortmund. Here's Inigo Martinez. Direct. put too much on it. Well, an hour about to be on the clock, and there's a lot of talking points. Still a long way to go as well. Spread wide by Modric. It's now Arda Güler on the right, Vinicius Junior on the left, Endrick through the middle. Pablo Torre. Lewandowski's layoff. Valle. Referee says no. And here's Vinicius Junior. Really, really good defending by Sergi Dominguez, and it had to be.
I'll tell you what, he did very well. First of all, utilized the angle very well. And then never panicked. Never got in his head, oh my goodness, this is Vini Jr., what am I going to do? No, let me defend the ball. Let me get tight enough to I can impact his decision making. And in doing that, Vini Jr. took the wrong touch at the wrong time, and he was there to cut out the danger.
Great noise inside MetLife. East Rutherford, New Jersey, just over an hour gone. Barca 2-0 up. Pau Victor with them both. Lewandowski. When he received that ball, Rudiger was about 14 millimeters away.
Had to be a first-time touch, a first-time pass by Robert Lewandowski, as Victor had made the run all the way across from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. The combination was there. More than likely, if indeed he'd play that first time, that ball was going to come right back to him, as Pau Victor was going to attract attention, would lay it up to Lewandowski. I mean, in my mind, the combination's already done. You see what I'm saying, Mark?
Yes.
You keeping up with me or not?
I am.
Okay, making sure.
82,154, a confirmed sellout at MetLife. 4 Barca changes coming up. Here's Ceballos. Vinny. Well done, Valle. Pre-season friendly. He wants these fans to make as much noise as possible. Corner kick, Real Madrid.
Vini Jr. wants a whole lot of Alex Valle right now. He knows that it's a 1v1 situation in isolation that he can take advantage of. Good defending in the end from Alex Valle.
It's a bit different from his loan spell at Levante last year, Alex Valle. Corner comes in, big chance, back post! And well saved by Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
It's the importance of the first touch. Vini Jr.'s first touch got away from him, and in doing that, the opportunity got away from him.
Corner's been taken quickly to Vini Jr. That's 3 players he's now tried to nutmeg since coming on. He's only been on the field for around 5 minutes. Now the changes can be made for Barcelona. Pau Victor's going off. Pablo Torre is going off. And as Pau Victor goes off, another look at the 2 goals that he scored.
It's understanding movement away from the ball as a center forward or as a second striker inside the 18-yard box, finding the spaces, knowing full well that once Lewandowski is being sucked out of that position to play make, he becomes a center forward, gets himself in a really good position. Good service from Alex Valle. 2-0, 2 goals from Pau Victor.
And they've added a 5th change because Iñaki Peña is coming on for Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Rafinha is the man to replace Pau Victor. Guille Fernandez and Hector Fort are the changes. So Inigo Martinez is replaced by Mika Faye, who this week has been linked with Porto, Senegalese international defender. So it's Sergi Dominguez and Mika Faye at the back, with Hector Fort and Gerard Martin. That's the back four that Vinny Jr., Endrick and Arda Güler will be up against. It's a great experience for the youngsters of Barca. We'll soon find out how they get on. Real Madrid get us back underway. I think Alex Valle might be pretty happy with his lot right now. Just taken off, 65th minute, 2 assists. Doesn't have to deal with Vinny anymore. It's been a good night's work for a player who very rarely plays as a right fullback. He's a left-footed left-back.
He got a handshake from Hansi Flick, a hug as well, about a hug from Thiago Alcantara. They must have been pleased with his performance. He has been really good tonight, and as you mentioned, playing out of position. It's just not always easy, and it was getting even more difficult as Vinny Jr. certainly has singled him out and said, all right, I'm coming after you. Alex Valle hung on as long as he could.
Courtois. Casado. Rafinha against Fran Garcia. A lot of touches going on in there. Casado got one. It was eventually cleared away. And now here's Endrick. He didn't even need to turn round. He knew Marc Bernal what was coming. And now we're going to get 3 changes for Real Madrid.
Marc Bernal wanted no part of staying with Endrick. Once he squared him up and took that touch around him, Bernal was never going to chase him down. That's why he pulls him back, pulls him down. Clearly a foul, clearly a yellow card.
Well, Rudiger going off. Obrador coming on. So as Endrick goes off, what did you make of his performance tonight?
Few good things from Endrick. They didn't really exploit his speed over distance. They didn't really get Endrick in behind, which I think is his strength. But the movement was there, the work rate was there. Service wasn't always there for him to be able to take advantage of certain opportunities in the final third. Let's not forget, he's a kid. And a kid who's now learning at the highest level from some of the best players in the world and some of the best coaches in the world.
Rafa Obrador now playing at left back with Vinny in front of him. And there's Cabo Ramon, who won the Euro under-19s. He's replacing Rudiger at the back.
There's no need for Mika Faye to try to make this challenge there. Middle of midfield. Arda Güler is going nowhere. Even if that ball gets by Mika Faye, you know you're going to outrun him. Unnecessary challenge, unnecessary foul.
Nico Paz with the layoff. Vinny against Casado. Real involvement for Iñaki Peña. This is Guille Fernandez. Marc Bernal. Rafinha's in acres of space on the touchline in front of the 2 managers.
What ends up happening sometimes with Vinny is when he gets isolated in 1v1 situation and he shows that change of pace, it's hard to keep up for everybody, including the attacking players.
Rafinha's layoff. Guille Fernandez. Just a heavy touch. And now Real Madrid can break with Vinicius Jr. End-to-end stuff at MetLife. Slightly surprised that Modric is still on as we enter the 70th minute. And Lewandowski.
Well, we did hear from Robert Lewandowski earlier this week saying that he's feeling much better this season at this time of preseason than he did last year. Physically strong, physically fit. It sounded to me like he was trying to convince himself that that was the case. But regardless, seems to be in a good place mentally. We'll see if that translates into more goals for Barcelona this season.
20 minutes remaining in New Jersey. Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 2. Ball stays in play. That's a good tackle on Vinny, and it had to be as well by Mika Fai.
That's a ball that Vinny's got to let go, as Nico Paz was riding behind, so was Arda Güler. Jacobo does so well in finding the ball, first of all, in getting around the defender, but behind Vini Jr. was Arda Güler, setting up with his left foot, and so was Nico Paz.
Hector Fort with Rafinha in support. Oh, as Rafinha cut inside, just at the same time, the ball was released.
And I don't understand why Rafinha's trying to cut to the inside. If he just keeps a straight run, Hector Fort had already done the hard part, which is committing the defender. All that needed to be done was a layup, and Rafinha's through on goal.
Nico Paz. Rafa Obrador. Modric. Running behind made by Nico Paz. It was a vital header. Mika Fai won. Represented his country before he represented his club. Senegalese international. Ball was once at the referee. Played by Hector Fort. This time Rafinha continues his run. It's too obvious from Guille Fernandez. Here's Lucas Vázquez. And Vinny's onside. Air of anticipation inside MetLife. As Vinny cuts it back and Fai clears.
It's just a mismatch. Isolation, Vinny Jr. against Sergi Dominguez. It's just not going to work for Barcelona.
Wide by Martin. Lucas Vázquez. Up against Gerard Martin.
Just set him up. Little dip of the shoulder. Ay, Sergi Dominguez. Come on, legs. Got to keep on moving, legs.
It was meant to be a flick on. Didn't quite work out that way for Lucas Vázquez. Won back well by Juan Martinez. Okay. Sergi Dominguez just making sure that Vinicius Junior knows there's an opponent within close proximity.
Can't catch him otherwise, so once he's showing towards the ball, giving his back towards Sergio Dominguez, that is a perfect time to have a go.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that. Modric clear the way. Forward for Nico Paz. Asking too much there of Arda Güler. Fai, who's been good since he came on, sends it back to Iñaki Peña. More changes shortly. Vitor Roque and Ilkay Gundogan for Barca. And Enzo Aguado for Real Madrid. Here's Rafinha. This is the area they were out trying to take the standing water off the field. Rafinha's made that run in behind.
I am betting the house that Vitor Roque is coming in for Lewandowski. If that's not the change, I may just leave you alone, Mark. You can do the rest of the commentary by yourself.
Heavy touch. Fai to the rescue. Oh, that's a sore one. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looks. Ooh.
Oh, it's every bit as bad as it looks. Mario Martinez late. He's trying to get in with the sliding challenge. Comes over the top of the ball. Mika Fai already made contact with the ball. Ball was long gone. Clearly a foul. Clearly a yellow card.
So Lewandowski's going off.
I'm sticking around, Mark.
Vitor Roque coming on. And he's not been registered yet either.
Vitor Roque, and not just this game, but over the course of the whole preseason, he's got to be able to show Hansi Flick something. We just mentioned how much Pau Victor has been showing Hansi Flick and his teammates, their fans, everybody watching. Hey, I'm raising my hand. Watch me. I can have an impact on the game. We got to see the same thing from Vitor Roque. It hasn't quite happened. It didn't happen last season. Let's see if this preseason and the beginning part of this year, whether Vitor Roque is going to be a part of this club.
Noah Darvic, left-sided forward, comes on. By Gundogan into the middle of the park and in possession. Fight. Darvic, the German, to Rafinha. Brazilian finds another German and Ilkay Gundogan. Olays from the Barca fans.
And you think Lucas Vázquez is not listening to the Olays? He made a full sprint from the right-hand side for about 40 yards to come and press the ball and make sure that the Olays didn't continue.
Good touch from Guy Fernandez. Spread wide by Gundogan. Away by Courtois. Barcelona has won every single Clásico in the United States. They're 2-0 up, looking for a third.
It's a beautiful look from Noah Darvic in finding Guille Fernandez, and it's a good first touch from Guille Fernandez, and now it's time to finish. Gets himself in really good position, and just the sliding attempt wasn't all that clean. Thibaut Courtois with an awkward save, but I suppose it's enough.
No diagrams on a scorecard. Another Barca corner. Vinny just running out of room right in front of the Barcelona fans.
Vinny tried to get cute is what he tried to do there. A little bit of filth, a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice, but not effective.
Well, knowing you can't be offside from a throw, and Rafinha made a run from left wing all the way across to try and get the throw from Hector Fort. which was eventually forthcoming. Far too late for Rafinha's liking. Down goes Gerard Martin. So a game that started on time at 8 minutes past 7 in the evening Eastern time, and was then suspended with 12 minutes on the clock because of lightning. Play resumed 65 minutes later. Pau Victor got his first after 42 minutes. There was then a 5-minute half-time instead of the usual 15. By that stage, the ball had already been replaced because it was bust. And Pau Victor got his second in the 54th minute. That's why the scoreline with 10 minutes remaining is Real Madrid 0, Barca 2, but Vinny Jr. wants to change that. It's a great area. And Gerard Martin had to do what he did.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ball from Vinny Jr. Just not enough numbers from Real Madrid committing to get into the 18-yard box. It was Arda Güler and then nothing else from Real Madrid.
Marco Asensio was the last Real Madrid player to score against Barcelona on US soil. Big chance! And there's Nico Paz! To half the deficit. But where was the Barcelona marking? 2-1.
Optional defending from Barcelona at the back post, and I mean optional defending. To call this defending would be an insult to defending. Nobody stays with Nico Paz. Rafinha's just watching. Everybody else gets sucked into the near post. Gundogan is wondering where's everybody? Where everybody's gone. Nico Paz decides to take the header on, makes clean contact. Too much power behind it for Iñaki Peña to come up with the save. 2-1.
So I don't need to tell you who was the last Real Madrid player to score against Barcelona prior to Nico Paz then. Hector Fort. Anyone with a white jersey that maybe thought, might try and beat the traffic. They're going nowhere. Nico Paz involved. Spread it wide. Cross comes Gundogan. There's going to be gaps for Barca with Real Madrid pushing forward. Just too much on that one, and Courtois, however, to the rescue to deny Vitor Roque. Here's Rafinha.
I know the clearance wasn't perfect from Thibaut Courtois and bouncing the ball of Vitor Roque, but his reading of the game was perfect. Knowing full well that Vitor Roque is looking to get him behind, he was top of the 18-yard box, anticipating that ball coming. He was able to get there in plenty of time. Now his clearance, well, not so good.
Had to look lively there, Iñaki Peña. And was Vitor Roque coming from an offside position? There's your answer. And the flag raised. There's still plenty of time left for Real Madrid to try and get an equaliser. Obrador wants it back. Vinny has other ideas. No surprise, Real Madrid trying to attack this Barcelona right side of defense whenever they have the chance. Valle into a dangerous area, but that's well worked out. Down goes Gundogan, free kick.
And this is just about the bigger picture of Real Madrid. You just mentioned how much Real Madrid depends on this left-hand side, attacking the right-hand side of Barcelona. With the presence of Kylian Mbappe, and we assume Rodrigo as well in the attack, there is more variety in terms of positional attacking by Real Madrid. They can attack you from the left, from the right, from the middle.
Darvic. Oh, it's a heavy ball for Rafinha, but it's still alive. Courtois with the save. Corner.
And Darvic did just so very well with a little pause that he took on the ball that allowed that angle to open up. But now the delivery has to be there for Rafinha to take it towards goal. Instead, it was a little too long. That took the angle away. This little pause, that creates the angle. But now you have to be able to deliver the pass. He was not.
The majority of the Barcelona fans are at that end of the stadium, hoping to get a good view. Maybe a third goal. Everybody back for Real Madrid. Rafinha. Not the best ball for Gundogan, who does that. And away by Juan Martinez.
And you're right. It wasn't the best ball from Rafinha, but Gundogan made everybody look good, except the sliding defenders from Real Madrid.
And the ball ended up in the arms of a Barcelona fan in the front row who refused to give it back. Sergi Dominguez. Hector Fort. Rafinha in support. Three to go. Plus any added time. Arda Güler against Kim Jun-yet. Martin. Vinny's in the middle.
You just mentioned Vinny's in the middle, but it's him and nobody else. And we just mentioned that 5-10 minutes ago. So if you're Nico Paz, you just scored a goal by getting to the back post. Well, it would help if you did it more consistently.
That was a vital touch by Vitor Roque because it took the sting out of the ball. It wasn't great though by Guille Fernandez. Here's Nico Paz, who got Real Madrid back into this one. Vinny. The youngsters at the back have done well against them. But with 2 minutes to go, there will be an additional 2 minutes of stoppage time to try and stop Vinny. A slice clearance by Iñaki Peña. Oh, they're all over the place at the back. Real Madrid with the throw. Vinny goes for the dink.
Obviously lacking sharpness in that final touch. Vinny Jr. isolating 1v1 situation against Sergi Dominguez. That worked out well for Vinny Jr. But then once you get the much quicker Hector Fort, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Vinny unable to find the final pass.
Well, if you are just joining us, there's a lot of other games taking place in the United States this evening. 2 goals from Pau Victor, 42 and 54 minutes. Barca 2-0 lead. Nico Paz pulling one back in 82 minutes. Rafinha is fouled by Hakebo.
Once Jacobo committed to the challenge, and he knew then that either he got to the ball or Rafinha was gone. Well, Jacobo did not get to the ball. Rafinha was leaving, and Jacobo said, well, no, I'll take a yellow card.
Guille Fernandez. As Vitor Roque in support. Darvic appeals for a deflection. Referee not interested. There's your man of the match. 2 goals. Pau Victor.
Second consecutive man of the match for Pau Victor. Was the same thing against Manchester City. And while the goals are the things that will grab the headlines, and rightfully so, it's not just about the goal. His overall performance was excellent against Manchester City in midweek, and was excellent again tonight against Real Madrid.
This is Hector Fort. First Clásico for Hansi Flick. 90 seconds away from victory. Gundogan. And the flicks and tricks. Mika Fine. Oh, well read by the Senegalese. And they've got bodies forward here, Barcelona. And here is Mika Fine. Way well by Juan Martinez. Guy Fernandez in no hurry. Fine. Ilkay Gundogan is not happy with him for giving away possession. Obrador. Vinny Jr. chance to run. It'll be a card.
Quite frankly, it's a good foul from Hector Fort, because this is the mismatch that Vinny Jr. has taken advantage of against Sergio Domingo.
It's not often you see in a pre-season friendly the goalkeeper going forward, but this is a pre-season friendly in name only. It's Real Madrid-Barcelona. Thibaut Courtois is at the edge of the box. That's one goalie, Iñaki Peña. The other one wants to be a striker. That ball is not back 10 yards. And the referee is saying exactly that. Came off Kim Junyent. And another chance. 7 yards, maybe 8 at most, when it was delivered. That will be marched out by Armando Villarreal. We're into added time, in added time, in El Clásico. Thibaut Courtois forward. Luka Modric looking for Courtois. Out comes Iñaki Peña, and there is the final whistle. Barca beat Real Madrid by 2-1 in New Jersey. Enjoy that?
Absolutely. Especially when at one point this evening we didn't really know whether this game was going to happen at all. Not only did it happen, it was a really good game.
It was.
Play with intensity, play with quality. Some of the young players for both teams were really impressive. And of course, we highlight once again, as we did in the midweek against Manchester City, Pau Victor continues to raise his hand and say, I am here to be accounted for. Hansi Flick, hey, by the way, take me into consideration. 2 goals tonight. Beyond the 2 goals, the performance